The 1500 meters. Good runners are going to miss those world championships.
So the women's 3,000 meter steeplechase, and again another quality lineup. That world championship qualification standard is 9 minutes 30, and we've got Kate Seary here from Great Britain, and she's going to take these women for 3 laps in around about 75 seconds. So if my maths is correct, that's going to take them well inside that world championship qualifying. It's around about 9 minutes 20. Now I don't know whether Amy Pratt from Great Britain will have one eye on that British record, which is just inside that, 9:19. That is the full lineup. You can see Amy Pratt there drawn in, well, it's not lane, but number 12, right next to the pacemaker on the outside, so she can keep a real eye on Kate Seary. Got some real quality in this, talking about Amy Pratt, but the fastest is Louisa Geiger of Albania. She's ran 9:19.93 some 3 years ago. And what I really like is about Geiger, really similar to Amy Pratt, she's not afraid to take the race out. So great to see a pacemaker and 2 women who should be really ambitious with their timings here. They've not just come to win, I don't think. They'll be chasing the time. So it'll be fascinating to see both of these women go head to head. Other athletes to look at is Georgia Wincup from Australia. I'm also expecting Claudia Preisguru from Romania to go pretty well here. And probably De Silva from Brazil.
I must say, Jenny, I think the wind is probably stronger on that back straight than we realised, because none of the times the middle distances have been coming out that quick, have they? You know, that time for Kyle there, 1:46.5 in that 800 metres, and 1-2 other races we've seen the times, the men's 1500, 3:40 from a very good field. I mean, it had men in it who have run 3:31, 3:33. I think the wind we will probably hear later on is strong. And just looking at the trees actually over behind the back straight stands, and they are blowing very, very healthily indeed. So we're quite sheltered here just by the finish line, tucked under the stands. I think the wind is a real factor.
Well, that would maybe certainly explain a few things. And I'm looking at Geiger there. She looks like she's actually quite cold. I mean, we're literally in a sun haven here on the home straight, and actually if anyone could see us, they'd probably think we've gone absolutely crazy. We've actually kind of built a makeshift, I don't
sort
even
of
know
cardboard igloos around our screens so we can see the screens, and even then the visibility is not great. It's very awkward when the sun, if you're in a commentary position, the sun is shining right in your face. One of the worst things you can do is wear a white shirt, because that then reflects onto your screen so you can't see a thing. Well, we're both in dark shirts and it's still not great visibility here, so it's challenging circumstances for some of the athletes out there in the wind, and also for us here in the commentary booth. But loving the way this is unfolding. The men's discus is underway, and still only in the first round. Fera, and just looking at this field, and Ferferica of Romania, Alin Ferferica, is a 67-metre thrower at his best. Milanov there just stepping into the ring. We'll update you with the progress in that discus as it unfolds, as this steeplechase gets underway.
Well, as the script was written, it surely goes this way, as Kate Seary goes right to the front. Really difficult to get pacemakers. You know, I always say this whenever I commentate on a steeplechase event. You've got to be able to clear the barriers and obviously negotiate that water jump. You've got to be a steeplechaser in order to do this. And again, steeplechasers, very much like the 5,000 metres that we've already talked about, Tim, you wouldn't have that many opportunities to run steeplechasers during the year. So really important to plan your season, make sure that you get some quality ones out of it, whichever ones you decide to compete in. So great that Kate Seary has decided that she'll help these women along. Birmingham University student. She runs from Cardiff University, and both of the women that I alluded to in the introductory, Louisa Geiger from Albania and Amy Pratt from Great Britain, they've both followed the pacemaker Kate Seary. And Geiger certainly looks like she's not just come to win. She looks like she's trying to run a fast time. I know Amy Pratt and Geiger are really good friends, so I'm sure they've spoke about this one, and it'd be really interesting to see if any tactics unfold. And actually, Geiger, really interesting, is come past Kate Seary in these early stages. Maybe she's saying, come on, it's not fast enough.
Well, I'll tell you what, she's a great little athlete, is Geiger. She's a tiny figure, as you can see, but an Olympic finalist last year with 13th, Mediterranean Games champion. She comes down in front of us now with 6 laps to run. She's just slotted in behind the tall figure in red of Kate Seary. Pratt in second place, Amy Pratt, who is a 9:25 performer and will be, after a bit running in the Olympics last year, will be looking to move forward again this year, make the World Championships team and go to Eugene for Great Britain. But they need to be moving around here at least 3:10 for the first kilometre. We'll see what they go through, and they're coming up to about 2 laps run now, Jenny. The first kilometre the first kilometre time is important.
It is important, and really good that Kate Seary could get back on the pace. She could respond to what Geiger asked her to.
Well, we can go over to this discus competition, and it is Barta who's about to throw. A second round, he opened with 61.74, and Barta, well, the Czech is a 64-metre thrower, third in the European Throwing Cup last year, 4 times the Czech champion, and that one 61.70, I think, for Barta, so a very slight improvement. There it is, confirmation. Real consistency, not an improvement, rather the opposite of an improvement. Just 4 centimetres, less than 2 inches down on his opener.
Well, going back to this women's steeplechase, they just went through 1,000 metres in 3:07.55, so just outside 9:20 pace, which is the aim of this finish pace. And we can see that Kate Seary has just done her job, and at this point Geiger was more than happy to take over that pacemaking duty. Her personal best 9:19.93 from 3 years ago now. So Amy Pratt will be operating right around her personal best. She has run a marginal personal best this year, 9:25.48, but she absolutely smashed the British record over 2,000 metre steeplechase in 6:08. Very rarely run events, but nonetheless she improved her personal best to take it back down to those amazing figures of 6:08. So it certainly bodes well over this longer 3,000 metre distance.
So the discus, we have picture-in-picture for the first time this afternoon. You can carry on watching the race and you can enjoy this discus throw now. So Nick Percy has the lead with 62 metres 91. That was his opener. So, and that was Milanov. He's a 67-metre thrower at his best. He opened with 60.66. Well, that's a shame. No throw in the second round. He's down in 4th place at the moment, the Belgian.
Well, good that we could join that men's discus as well as keeping track with this women's 3,000 metre steeplechase. And Geiger looks like she's really put her foot down now. She's not come to Manchester to mess around. And Amy Pratt will be left in a real vulnerable position now. She won't want to lose touch with Geiger, but I think she's operating around about her personal best anyway. So they'll be coming down with 3 laps to go. And on the back straight, we'll be able to get a 2,000 metre split. You can just see that Geiger was looking behind her, trying to work out whether Amy Pratt was still with her. Amy Pratt's a couple of seconds behind her at the moment.
Well, in 3rd place, I think, is Prizacaru of Romania. She's a 9:33 performer, but a long way down on Amy Pratt, who is now isolated, as you said, Jenny. Top of picture there because of Geiger's surge through this middle kilometre. Now back to this discus throw. Greg Thompson of Great Britain is a 65-metre thrower at his best, 3 times the UK champion. He opened with 55.60, did Greg Thompson. Only 5 men in this competition. Chad Wright of Jamaica and Lorison Juan of France are non-starters. On Greg Thompson, over at 55.60, then at 55.80, and that unfortunately is a no throw for Greg Thompson in the third round. That'll be frustrating for the big fella. His season's best just over 60 metres. He hasn't hit the straps yet, that's for sure.
Well, Louisa Geiger coming up to get over that barrier, just 2 laps to go. She went through 2,000 metres in 6:14.81, so 3:07.5 followed by a 3:07.3. Absolutely metronomic running at the moment. And we can see what she has, 30 metres over Amy Pratt at the moment.
And Jenny, Amy Pratt's really struggling. She almost climbed over this barrier in front of us just there with a couple of laps to run. She looked really uncomfortable. She's working on. And Geiger, to her credit, is flying down the back straight. She's a lovely, fluid-looking runner.
Yeah, Geiger's a really interesting athlete. I remember when she used to compete over 800 metres, then she went to the 15, then she went to the steeplechase, and she's really made sure she's done really well during her early years in her career. She's worked on her speed. But I've got to say, Amy Pratt, she's one of the hardest working athletes that I know. I remember seeing her at the European Under-23 Championships a couple of years ago now, and she really put her foot down. She was brave, she tried to win a medal, and she really just somehow made it to the finish line. An athlete I really admire. Great that she's been to the World Championships and the Olympic Games, but she doesn't give up, Tim, and she's still in there, and she's still probably running around about 8:30 pace.
Geiger coming to the bell then, in isolation, 8:06, 8:07 at the bell. It's quick running from Geiger. This may be her fastest kilometre. As Pratt comes through now, she's fully 7 or 8 seconds down on the leader, Jenny, who has done a fabulous job, Geiger, of pushing the pace on through the middle and latter stages of this race. Back in third place is Prizacaro and Renoir of France. In fact, Renoir has taken third place, and Prizacaro of Romania in fourth. They're having their own little battle, or the French is cutting loose now, getting isolation in third place. But talking of isolation, look at Geiger.
Yeah, Geiger, she deserves to do so well, doesn't she? This is her first race of the season. She was 13th in that Olympic Games last year in Tokyo, 9th in the World Championships in 2019. Obviously, she's got the World Championships this year, but maybe a more realistic mark for her would be that European Championship. She really struggled there, didn't she, in that last water jump. She has won a silver medal previously at the European Championships. She won one in Amsterdam in 2016, and she takes that last barrier there, and she's working really, really hard up to the line. The time has escaped her the last 200 metres or so, and what can she take it in? And actually, what a great finish time, 9:20.80. That last kilometre was the fastest of all of them, so consistent, 3:05.99. And she's within a second of a personal best, team there, very much doing most of it on her own. First race of the season. Wonder how fast she can go this year.
Well, it's really clear that Geiger can go a heck of a lot faster than that, as we see some of the tail enders negotiating that water jump. If you're tired and you don't have the momentum, you land in the deep water, and it really is hard work heaving yourself out of it and finishing down around the final bend into the home straight. But Geiger, well, she's got another 10 or 15 seconds in her. I don't know if she's capable of joining the sub 9-minute club. That has only 7 members. The world record, an astonishing 8:44 by Beatrice Chepkoech in Monaco 4 years ago. But she's certainly capable of going below sub 9:10, I would say.
Well, I certainly do not disagree with you. It was a great race, and we talked about that wind, didn't we, and the trees blowing, as your very keen eye was watching from our commentary position there over on the back straight. And if it is windy, that makes that time even more impressive.
No, it's a very good point. Although she is tiny, so I guess you could say the wind misses her. You know, she doesn't get really wet when it rains. She's that small as Geiger, but what a powerful little athlete she is. Great power to weight ratio, and to come home in so close, a click outside her lifetime best, and she's been around a few years now. That was a superb run from Louisa Geiger, clearly in shape to run a huge personal best in coming races. Might be a force yet this summer amongst the best of the Europeans. Well, the next event on the track is the women's 100 metres. There's plenty of action going on in the stadium. The men's pole vault is in full throw, so is the men's discus. We'll update you with those as soon as we can. Let's just take a quick look at the pole vault. The pole vault at the moment, the bar is at 5:45. Harry Koppel cleared 5:30 at the third time of asking his opening height. He nearly had a big problem at his opening height, did the British record holder. He's lying in fourth place at the moment. Adam Haig of Great Britain has had 3 first-time clearances at 5:15, 5:30 and 5:45. There's now 4 men clear at 5:45 in that men's pole vault. Nate Richards of the USA in second with 2 clearances, first time, 5:30 and 5:45. And we can go back to that, over to that pole vault now, and it's Tommy Holtinen of Finland. Well, Holtinen opened with 5:15, went to 5:30, but Diane is with the winner, Geiger.
Louisa, congratulations on a brilliant win there, a new stadium record which you took from our own homegirl Amy Pratt, but we'll let you have that. Tell us about that win in that fantastic time. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's the second time I came here in Manchester when it was for indoors. I'm so happy. Okay, I can turn maybe a little bit faster to break the barrier down 9:20, but okay, it was good. The win is a win, and I'm happy.
Talk to us about that last water steeple where, tell us about that. Do you think you lost something there? Pretty quick time.
Yes, because usually I push with the right leg, and I was confused till the last meters, and I pushed with the left, and I stuck in the water, but okay, maybe next race.
Well done, fantastic win for you again. Please accept your winner's check. Well done, Louisa.
Those checks are courtesy of our title sponsors, Box United. Second year of this Box United Women's Sports.
Well, here is the full results. Louisa Geiger 9:20.79, Amy Pratt 9:30.46, still incredibly quick.